Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about whether you should daily drive a modern classic. Now, modern classics are, I suppose, a fairly modern phenomenon. They're cars that we sort of grew up with, cars that are over 20 years old, and my E39 actually qualifies as a modern classic at 21 years old. Now, you could argue that even a 2004 or even the E46 generation that was slightly younger than 20 years old still counts as a modern classic because that model range was introduced in the 90s. So there is a bit of leeway with the definition of modern classic, but more and more people, I suppose my generation, mid-20s onwards, we're turning to these sorts of cars because modern cars are just lacking in some very sort of experiential ways. They just don't make them like they used to. That's the way I sort of see it. Now, they've been saying this for generations. I mean, the guys in the 30s were saying that about 50s cars, people in the 70s were saying about 50s cars, you know. So I think as cars evolve, they've become less interactive, less visceral. We've sort of replaced the physical experiences of driving with virtual ones, and an example of that is, you know, electric cars. It's all software driven. You don't even have a throttle cable anymore. You don't have a proper linkage to the steering. Brakes are even electric nowadays. So you've become more and more removed from actually what the car's doing, and that for me is one of the reasons I drive this modern classic, because they drive absolutely fantastically. The first car I had was a Volkswagen Polo 1.4 CL. It was a 1998, and that car drove fantastically. I've not found many other cars that actually drove as well as that thing did, and it was because it was simple. You had hydraulic steering, you didn't even have ABS on it, you just had brakes, the throttle cable, and that car, because it was simpler, was fantastic to drive. Another thing I like is the design principles of these modern classics. If you look inside, all the materials are built solidly. We've got houndstooth or burr walnut here, solid leather. All the leather is really thick and solid. You know, it looks this good after 20 years and 100,000 miles. So they just don't build them like they used to. Modern vehicles, a lot of modern vehicles don't even have physical gauges anymore. You've just got a screen, and that doesn't do it for me. The mechanicalness of gauges, there's something about it, isn't there, that just is so much better. I mean, we have got a small screen here, but it only literally operates sat nav, music, and maps, and you can actually just turn it off as well. So that's, you know, you don't have to partake in it, and it does cool stuff like this, which is hilarious, isn't it? And this car's got 6-speed 6-disc CD changer. It's got the tape deck as well. We've got Bluetooth that we've added, and that's one of the things about the modern classic compared to a true classic, is the fact that there are things available for these. They do have some technology. For example, we've got heated seats, we've got traction control, ABS, so it's a safe car. You've got to do something silly, really silly, to get this car upset, and that's, I think, why modern classics are sort of a happy medium. They're usable, they're great, reliable, everyday cars that actually are just a bit interesting. I mean, listen to the way this door shuts here. That's a proper door shut. I don't know about you guys, but you know, it's amazing how modern cars, they're just not nice places to be. They feel fake, and I suppose that's because they are. It's because they're designed to be lightweight. Materials are thinner, lighter weight, not as, again, visceral as you would say. And even the driving experience, we've got a 3 litre, well, it's the 2.5 litre version of the 3 litre straight 6 in this car, 525D, and it sounds fantastic. It's sonorous, it's allowed to breathe, you know, it doesn't have all the emissions rubbish, it doesn't have a DPF, for example, on this car, it doesn't have extra silencers, it just sounds how it sounds. So you avoid all of that rubbish as well. But also they're fantastically easy to work on. This car, when you open the bonnet, let's open the bonnet and I'll show you. When you open the bonnet on this car, there is plenty to see. And these cars, you know, they're not about speed. The new M3 is always going to be faster than an E46, or the new M5 is going to be, I think it's nearly got double the horsepower of the E39 M5. But when you open the bonnet on these, you can actually do stuff. You know, you've got fuel filter, oil filter, everything is here. To change the air filter, all you do is disconnect that, undo screws, the whole panel lifts off, replace it. It's no problem at all. The new 5 Series, batteries, high voltage cables, just makes the whole thing completely untouchable. Even the headlight bulbs, look, you just £3 bulb, undo, replace them. It's no problem at all. And you've still got, like I said, nice large cons in the Bluetooth system that's available. This one's fitted with Blue Bus, which gives me full Bluetooth music streaming on here, which is fab. It's just, and the thing is, it's comfortable. On a run, this car will do 45 mpg. There's a man losing control of his dogs over there, which is quite entertaining. 45 mpg on a run. The dogs can go in it no problem. It's got electric sunroof, electric windows, but it's still got that classic feel that we all love. Now, non-car people, I think this is the biggest compliment of this car. Is when non-car people go, "Oh, this is nice." That's how a door should shut. That's how a button should feel. And that, to me, is testament to the fact that people prefer the feel of things on older cars. Even, you know, these knobs here, they're just interesting, and they don't look like all the other egg-shaped SUVs. That's the biggest thing. I mean, if you look here, even when they're blurred like that, they all look pretty much the same, all the modern cars, and that's because pretty much they are. This was from a time where BMW, to build the estate version of this car, BMW completely re-engineered the rear suspension to maximise space, and I'll show you that. They actually re-engineered the entire rear assembly, so it didn't eat into the space here, and as a result you get a nice full, easy to get to load bay. We've got air suspension on this car, so like I said, you have enough technology to keep it going. Soft close boots, you know, it's for me, it's the perfect era. You know, just after this car came out, they brought out a V10 5 Series. I mean, if that's not the golden age of motoring, I don't know what is. You know, it's a shame that more and more car companies are forgetting their roots, that are they're, you know, going for the mass market. No, they're no longer making drivers' cars, and even modern day drivers' cars aren't really proper drivers' cars. So yeah, that's my little rant on why you should drive a modern classic. They're fantastic. They really are. They're a sort of a testament to a bygone era of when cars were sort of had more passion than they do now, and it's a pleasant experience. I look forward to driving this every day. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you next dinner. Cheers.